Let's get into this week's pocket check. Let's get on the bench and have a look at what I'm going to be carrying this week. What is up, guys? We are back over here at the bench. I hope you're all doing well today. I have a carry of the week video for you. I'm JD. First, we're going to go ahead and start with a pocket check. Today, I actually have my Civivi Elementum button lock with the 14C 28N blade steel with bearings in the pivot, the ceramic ball bearings. This particular variant, because I have two, is the G10 handle, and it is a reversible tip-up only deep carry pocket clip. So that's what's in my pocket today. So on Monday, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Micarta Monday theme, and I'm going to be carrying my Kaiser Sheepdog. This particular version of the Sheepdog is the thumb hole deployment version. It is a 3.1 inch cleaver style blade made from 154 cm blade steel. Really like this blade steel a whole lot. 154 cm is so well rounded, great edge retention, good strength, and ease of sharpening is also really good with this particular knife. Really enjoying carrying this one because it is breaking in nicely, so it is getting easier and easier for that deployment. And if you listen, has a really cool sound when you deploy it. Now the handles are 4.4 inch Micarta handles, done done in a really nice black and gray micarta. Really good looking, has a really nice worn look to it. The pivot is on bearings, so that's part of the reason the action's really good. And another reason that it tends to want to fall shut is because that is a lot of 154 cm blade steel up there going on that particular cleaver blade there. It is a flat grind, and it is really slicey in spite of the fact that it's such a large knife. Overall length is 7.1 inches, and it is a right hand only tip up carry pocket knife. Really like this knife. I think it's phenomenal value for the money. One other thing that I forgot to mention, it does have the inset steel liners. You can't see them anywhere on the knife just looking at it from a distance until you get up close on it, but it is milled out for lightweight carry to help offset the weight of that steel blade. The knockout for the thumb is really well done on this particular knife as well, and you can't see it from the non-show side on the pocket clip side. I like the fact that they did this flat black pivot collar on this satin pivot. I think it looks really good. Kaiser does a really nice job keeping their knives very tasteful looking and giving them really good materials and action. So that is my Monday carry. On Tuesday, I always go with the Tonto Tuesday theme, and last week I enjoyed carrying my ProTech Malibu so much that I actually wanted to carry it again this week. I know that's probably a little boring for some of you guys who actually may watch this video weekly, but I really do enjoy this knife a whole lot. Just a lot of fun to fidget with. It's just so well made, and it fits really nice in hand. And I did forget to mention the ergos on that Sheepdog are also outstanding. Really good ergos, and it just really feels confident in hand, like it's not going to slip anywhere if I'm trying to break down some boxes. And that's how I feel about the Malibu. You might not think it because of the aluminum, but the way they chamfer right around here for the fingers, and the way that it locks into position, and the combination of the jimping that's for that flipper tab on the back there is done, it just makes it feel really confident in hand. I would say even when you're sweating, I don't feel like this is going to go anywhere because of the ergonomics and the way that they chamfer around the fingers to help with that grip. Now the Tonto blade is a 3.3 inch reverse Tonto. It is done in a 20 CV, and I'll try to zoom in there so you can see that. Hopefully the camera is picking it up okay. It is a button lock flipper tab deployment. So you use the flipper tab to deploy the blade, and then you use the button lock to retire the blade into the holster position. The bearings are really good. It has outstanding action and it feels solid. It's a very solidly built knife for sure. The aluminum handles have a integral back spacer, but it's not a integral handle. So it is built into each side of the handle, and then when it's bolted together from the non-show side, no screws on this side, it looks like it's one piece, and it's really well done with that back spacer also integrated into the handle pieces that do fasten together. So that's really nice. The overall length on this particular knife is 7.5 inches. So really close in size to that sheepdog. Really a nice carry. You can flex with this into the office, I feel. I do use a pocket organizer with either a pen or a flashlight, depending on what I'm carrying with this particular knife. So I'm not using the pocket clip, which is right hand tip up only, by the way, in the pocket if I'm carrying this into the office. But it does, really good weekend jean carry, evening jean carry, or office carry khakis, and I'm just using the pocket organizer. Really enjoying this knife a lot. So much fun to fidget with, and just really well built. Feels very solid and very premium materials. ProTech does an outstanding job, and I hope to see more knives like this from them, or at the very least different variants of the ProTech, which I know they're on the way. There's already a few out there. They're just not able to keep up with the demand, so it's a little hard for them to get them out. So you may need to sign up for notifications if you're interested for that one, to get that one when it comes out. On Wednesday, I have no theme for Wednesday, but I have missed carrying my Civivi bow with the carbon fiber scales. This particular knife has a 2.92 inch Nitro V steel, tumbled coated finish. Looks really, really nice. I really like this steel a lot. It's on a couple of Civivis, and I'm really impressed with it. The action is on bearings. So the action's really good, even though I can't quite get it at this angle behind the camera, but it is really good action. I'm not sure why it doesn't want to drop shut. I guess because that's such a small light blade, but you can see there it moves really quickly in and out. The shredded carbon fiber handles are 3.76 inches, and it is a 3.25 inch when I'm choked up on the flipper tab for me to get that on there. I almost slip off, and I don't know that it really matters because I'm not going to be using this as a hard use. I probably could easily, with that thin slicey blade, break down some cardboard boxes, but really this is more for opening packages and letters and anything else that I might encounter in a typical day. And this is a dedicated office carry / backup knife. I can actually fit this into my fifth pocket of my jeans, at least the jeans that I'm wearing. I don't know that if I mentioned the overall length on this particular knife is 6.68 inches. It is right hand tip up only on that carbon fiber, but recently Civivi released a little bit more affordable variant of this knife with really beautifully done micarta handle scales. So check those out. I think those are really nice looking. If you're not into the carbon fiber or you don't want to pay the extra for the carbon fiber, I don't have but one other carbon fiber scaled knife, and that's my Feist. Oh, I lie. I have the base model Smock from Spyderco that has the carbon fiber. So I have two factory carbon fiber, and this being the third, but this is the only one that has that pop of color built into the shredded look. Really like that. It has the Elementum pocket clip that I did the swap on a few weeks back. You're welcome to check out that video. The reason I did that is I did not like the hot spot that the factory pocket clip created. It was kind of digging into the palm when I was holding it, and this feels really good whether I'm just kind of lightly holding it to get into some packages or letters. But if I had to break down a box, or if I wanted to break down a box, it's really nice because where that hits, I don't barely feel that it's there. So I really do like this knife, even though it's a smaller knife. It's really well done. And if you look right here, it has just a little bit of that knockdown on the scale without taking away from the look, and really outstanding jimping on that liner lock so that you can get to it very easily. So I really do like this knife. If you're looking for a fifth pocket or a backup, even if you just want the micarta variant, the bow is a very recommendable knife, and I really enjoyed it. I'm glad to get it back into the rotation. I've kind of neglected because I've had so many other knives to review, and I'm just happy to have it back into the rotation. So Thursday, I'm going to go ahead with the Titanium Thursday carry theme, and I am bringing back out my Rick Henderer designed ZT-0562. This particular knife has a 3.5 inch 20 CV steel made in America. It is on bearings, and this particular version I bought the taco bearings for, and it has made an improvement on the action. Now, the factory bearings were really good, but I have noticed that this knife seems a little bit more snappier with the taco bearings, especially as I've broken it in. But I've also noticed that it feels like it added a little bit more rigidity at the pivot because it has the offsetting balls in the phosphor-bronze washers on this. So I really do appreciate that. And like I said, the action really buttery smooth. I mean, I'm just really impressed with the taco bearings. Now, the big difference between the base ZT-0562 is the show side has the titanium handle versus the carbon fiber, and then both have the titanium handle on the frame lock side. So that's the big difference there. Pocket clip, again, right hand tip up only. I seem to have made that a theme this week without even realizing it till I just got to Thursday's knife. The frame is 4.75 inches. Overall 8.25 inches. So this is definitely going to be the largest carry of the week, but I really understand why so many people that like the Rick Henderer design knives are into his knives, because the ergonomics are by far one of the best that I've ever handled. It just feels really secure in hand. It feels very, very versatile no matter which way you're trying to hold it or what you're trying to do with it. If you're trying to back up, if you're just trying to get into a position where you're trying to break down some cardboard boxes, and even if you wanted it to choke up a little bit, you could do so very easily and confidently with this knife. Like, this is just a really well done knife, a nice weight to it, good action. I know that flipper tab sticks out a little bit more than some of these other knives on the table. Well, there's no flipper tab on the Sheepdog, but the other two. And then, you know, the bow is small, and, you know, the ProTech Malibu is like a medium knife. So I'd consider this a full size knife. But that flipper tab, if you light switch it and you get that finger right up on the tip, it just makes for such impressively smooth, snappy action. And then these taco bearings make it even nicer. Just, oh, the sound of titanium. Just really like that sound. Anyway, Thursday's carry, the ZT-0562 Rick Henderer design. I really do like that. I did a good job with some variety here this week. When I show you Friday's knife, you're going to understand why I say that. And I am going to have to move these up just a touch to make room for Friday. And Friday, I decided to stay feisty, carrying my Kaiser Feist Deadpool edition. I really like this knife a lot. I haven't carried my other Feist since I picked this one up, and I really like my other Feist, so that's saying something. That fall shut action, this is really, really well done. Just a fun little fifth pocket knife, office carry knife, but I do like the fact that it has that fidget factor. I am trying to work on my index finger roll there. I've been practicing. Still a little bit rough on the finger. I haven't built up a tough enough skin, I guess, but I don't do it a lot. I just enjoy the fact I have really bad grip here. There we go. I always go down too low for that. I realize that you got to kind of bring it up to do that. The specs 2.9 inch CPM 3V coated reverse Tonto blade. How cool is that? This does look like something Deadpool would carry, kind of as like a little backup to his Tonto swords. The micarta is a 3.6 inch micarta, It's really pretty in person. I know it's kind of hard to get it to show up on camera, but it looks really good in person. I like the little bullet holes on there. I think that's really cool. This is a Mojave Outdoor exclusive knife that they had Kaiser make for them. And I believe they have a couple other little Deadpool themed knives, and even a, I think it was Iron Man, like golden red, that they have on one of their other knives. You'll have to check out the site because I don't recall off the top of my head what they are. But really, really cool themes. I like the fact that they're picking like some of these superhero themes to do them. That's a whole lot of fun. Overall, I don't know if I said it was 6.5 inches. And like I said, I guess I just right hand tip up theme this week. It does have a nice little knockdown to get to that liner lock, which is really a really solid lockup, but really easy to get to as well. The only thing that I'll say that I've noticed about this, it can shift around a little bit because the steel liners are really there just kind of a backup to the micarta, but the micarta is flexible enough where it can move around on you. And I wasn't sure because the blade was not coming loose and there's no play in the blade. But I noticed that my centering sometimes, depending on how I was sitting with this knife in the fifth pocket, would get off a little bit. And I noticed that's because it does tend to be able to kind of move real easily. So that's the only real con, but I'm not using this in a heavy duty use. Again, just to kind of get into packages, cut some strings, some light duty stuff, nothing real hardcore. So it performs well. And again, because I do like the theme, that's why I don't mind that it does have a little bit of flex in the micarta. It looks really, really awesome. So that's my carry for the week. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you liked the video, leave a like for me. If you enjoyed the content, think about subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications so you don't miss any future content. I hope all of you guys have a really good week. I appreciate you tuning in for today's videos. Peace.